Good Sunday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, alive and in color from Fort Clark Springs, Texas. Hey, Google, what's the temperature in Fort Clark Springs, Texas? She ain't gonna tell me. Hey, Google, what's the temperature in Fort Clark Springs, Texas?
The temperature in Fort Clark Springs currently is 43 degrees.
43 with a high of 71, guys. It's like springtime here. Not bad. What else we got? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. It's the day after yesterday, day before tomorrow. It's right now. So if there's anything you want to do, I suggest you get busy doing it, or it ain't going to get done. What else, guys? For the noon video, I did a video yesterday. I was driving around in my golf cart, my Rover, my Yamashita, and ran across a little historical plaque here at Fort Clark Springs, and I did a little video about the history, some of the history at this place, aside from the fact that it was a fort. So there's a lot of history here in this area. But anyway, been living in an RV a long time. I still am. This is a Class C motorhome, and right next to here is a small 400 square foot home that I own with a covered patio and screened in thing. And anyway, why don't I live in the house? Because I'm RV institutionalized. I can't get out of it. I tried the house for a month. Too big, too inconvenient. So we're here for a while until we make the adjustment mentally. So what else? Hey, Google, tell us a joke.
What's a pig's favorite karate move? A pork chop.
You got a good pig noise, though. I'll give you that. But anyway, moving right along. Oh, anyway, to Jessica Flores. Hi, Rusty. This is on the Could You Live in a Storage Building? It says, hi, Rusty. It's really cozy looking house, like the cedar. The porch is a nice feature. Sit out there in the summer evenings, but if you can afford the price, for me it's pricey. Yeah, that was like $36,000, but it was fully finished, or yeah, on the inside. Yeah, it had the wiring and everything. So you had a home for $36,000. Was that bad? No. It had it had a refrigerator and bathroom and all that stuff. Anyway, Ken Bryant says, skin cancer surgery ain't no picnic for sure. I've had 3 surgery, including a skin graft. Hope I spelled that right. Yeah, it's not a walk in the park. I agree with you, Ken. Connie D, I love your attitude and can compare in many ways. Good stuff, good for you. Yeah, that was the one I did on living alone, coping skills. I don't even know what I said in that video. It's been so long ago. But anyway, then we go to James Ortiz. I saw Rudy's Barbecue in, that was in Del Rio. It says, I saw Rudy's Barbecue there. We have one in New Mexico. Good. I hope it's good. I've never eaten there. Little Kittle, your home is where your heart is. I bet you I would be the same way. Yeah, probably. That was on the RV institutionalized. Yeah. Moya King. How did we find time for work? I've been to the States, mainly Florida, 4 times, and I used to love going to a Walmart store. Next time you visit Walmart, can you do a video for me, please, just for nostalgia? Over there, you also have fantastic thrift stores. We have nothing like them here in Cyprus. Hey, Google, what's the population of Cyprus?
In 2020, the population of Cyprus was 1,207,361.
Okay. Thank you, Maria, for your comment. I'm not going to do a video of Walmart, but I've done them before. James Sams on comment call. Hello, Goatman. Your new red golf court is pretty. Yeah, it is. I think so, too. I would have bought a white one. Well, I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because you do you and I do me. Anyway, just joking. I looked at white ones, but I thought red was cute. Well, that was the only one they had. It narrows it down when that was the only one they had. Just joking. After years of driving a certain color of vehicle, I like a change of color the next time I buy. I find that a change of color spices up life. Yeah, variety is the spice of life. We got CDL Lady 54 on the huge fifth wheel. Says, get the 411, Rusty. We all know the schedule now. I agree with her. I want to be in and own what is mine. TBE. World is PKUM. Filthy now. Thank you for sharing and be safe. Well, thank you for your coded comment. I guess you said nice stuff. Thank you. Brenda Hill, how much for electric and insulation on the Home Depot home? I have no clue. Is it built to code, to North Carolina code? I don't have a clue. Scotty Thompson, cool video talk, Rusty. Thank you, Scotty Thompson. And he also says, nice clock, Rusty, and cool comic. I guess he's talking about this thing up here. Yeah, it keeps the same time, doesn't it? Anyway, let's get back up here to these here. Here's one. Timothy Carson put in some electrical and plumbing, instant bachelor pad. That's on the Home Depot thing. Yep. Sandy Griffin says, one big old lazy boy chair in your tiny home might bring you comfort at times when you can't be in the RV. I know it's cliche, just something to think about. I actually have a rocking chair in there. That's my only furniture that I need, and I go in there every now and then and read a book. Yeah, I had to do. Sometimes I go over and take a nap. Just it's like traveling. On comment call, Tracker Bad Boy says, Rusty, at your age and eating habits takes years to affect the body. If I was you, I wouldn't care. I'd eat what I want, but that's just me. Actually, that's not necessarily true, Tracker Bad Boys. You change your eating habits, you change your blood pressure, cholesterol, and a lot of stuff right away. Yeah. Anyway, says you're right about negativity. Unfortunately, some of your commenters don't realize how they come off, even if they mean well. Critical thinking is often mistaken as negative thinking. Whatever. I do what I do. They do what they do. Plain air. I'm just 4 years younger than you, and we lived in the suburbs of Chicago with none of those chores. Wow. Yeah, well, none of the guys I knew in town had to feed the hogs either. And when I was a kid, I was the only one. Yeah. Every now and then they had to mow their grass, and they belly ached about that. Stephen Greco, hi, Rusty. These are the good old days. Carly Simon, that was a great song, Take Care. Yeah, Carly Simon was a good singer. Yeah. Her and James Taylor, isn't that right? Plain Air, Rusty's Rover is cute. It sure is. I enjoy it. That was on Beer 30. RV Living with the Geezer, check that channel out. He's moved to Fort Davis, Texas now. Rusty, I've only lived 3 years full time in my trailer, but I can't imagine giving up this freedom to be able to hook up and move whenever I want. I really feel like I'm done with sticks and bricks. Well, I was, and I still can move anytime I want to because I got my motorhome. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Geezer. Sherry Hooker, enjoyed the walk and talk, Rusty. Thank you, Sherry Hooker. This is on Broker Barbara. I'm 65 and remember Brer Rabbit too, Rusty. I'm happy for now weekending in my Ford F-150, tinning throughout Michigan during 3 seasons. Winter's too cold. I have no desire to hot temp camp when I'm more comfortable being inside. One day soon I'll trade in the truck for a van that I can add a Sportsmobile pop top. Good for you, Broker Barbara. Enjoy your life and enjoy your travels. And this is Mouse Boots 46 on the RVing institutionalized. She says, interesting. I hope you have added to your advance directive that you are buried with a shovel because I don't think you're going to want to stay where they plant you. Or you should be buried in the RV. No, I'm going to be cremated. Not made into cream, but cremated. Bad company. A few years ago, this was only a few $1,000s on a tiny home. Prices tripled. Whatever, things change. Marcus Garvin on the Home Depot thing. Great idea for a first Airbnb. Yeah, if you wanted to do that. James Montgomery, don't go anywhere you don't want to end up. LOL, that's true. That's true. Wherever you're headed, you're going there. Tony Hill, the great philosopher Nietzsche, also walked to think. Yeah, it's a good way to organize your thoughts. Yeah, so did Einstein. He did that, and they usually had somebody follow him because he may not be able to find his way back home. Tracy Phillips, great walking, and I read that. Oh, great walking. It says, I like down to earth. I like the down to earth honesty of your videos. Nothing wrong with being you. We enjoy it. Thank you, Tracy Phillips. And then we get to Deborah Lewis. Glad you are on the recovery mend and feeling finer every day. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with being RV institutionalized, as you aptly put it. What I do wonder is about the season you are returning to Fort Garland. Is about the season. I don't even know where Fort Garland is. Isn't this the hot season? Time to find some cooling elevation. Whatever you will make it work. And if you prefer your house in your RV there instead of your tiny home, so be it. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Deborah Lewis. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go anywhere this summer or not. We'll see. Wayman Samang, beer and bacon, nice and peaceful walk. Yeah, it's that way. In fact, this morning I'll take me a nice hour-long walk or whatever I want to do. It's really nice. William Bingham, RVing stuff. I had the same thought when you struggle to stay in your tiny home. I thought of the word institutionalized as to the reason you moved back into the Clasita. Give yourself time and do a gradual transition back and forth. Travel for short periods of time and back. I'll just do me, William. Thank you for your input, though. Appreciate it. David Barron, to think you almost sold the Class C. That was a close one. Keep on being you, Rusty. Well, if I'd have sold it, I'd have just done something else. I mean, I wouldn't even know this thing was gone. You know what I mean? If I'd have got on another trail, this thing's gone. I wouldn't be thinking about it. Just like I almost bought that place in Carrizozo, and out there it's windy as hell in the winter. Hey Google, what's the temperature in Carrizozo, New Mexico?
The temperature in Carrizozo right now is 30 degrees. Due to current wind conditions, it feels like it's 22.
See what I mean? It's windy as hell out there in the winter. And so that I'm glad I'm not there. So we dodged a bullet there. Hector Plasmic on the porch, on the grilling and chilling. That porch looks like a great place to hang out, Rusty. Read a book, have a fire, listen to the radio, cook a steak, good living. The evenings will be sweet out there in the spring and fall. It's already, I sit out there and read now. I mean, there's some people doing some roofing across the street and doing some tile work in the house, and they play Mexican music real loud, and it's hard for me to concentrate on reading, so I have to go inside the house. But they'll only be there about 12 years, and then they'll be done. Yeah, thank you, Hector Plasmic. This is Dale Pointer. Got a little morning poetry here for us. Thank you, Dale, for your input. RV institutionalized, just a matter of size. Once you realize how much space you have inside, it's no surprise. This is where your future lies. Regardless to others' side, this is your golden prize. Relax, rest, and close your eyes. Dale, you're doing pretty good, boy. Thank you very much for your morning poetry. Mike Wagner, I'm with you, Rusty. Good. I wondered who that was. I've lived in small trailers and campers, vans for years. It works for me. I'm currently in a 7x16 converted cargo trailer, which you did a video on when I visited you in Llano. Just me and timber. I'm happy. Good for you, Mike. Yeah, I remember when you came by, and I hope you're still enjoying your travels. Good. You got a nice setup. Jen, this person's name, Jen. Institutionalized? Nay. Home is where the heart is. On the subject of books, it's buyer beware. So many people are self-publishing and producing books not worth the paper they're written on. Great rustic views, Rusty. Well, thank you, Jen, for telling us about books. Gail L., there are worse institutions. Yeah, there are. Steve Brown, RVing, institutionalized. That's a hard word to say. I understand the coziness of the Class C, but, do you ever miss the comfortable sitting spot you have in a tiny home? No, I go in there and sit and read every now and then. Seems that only a dining table wouldn't be very comfortable for long. Well, that's the way it seems to you, Steve. I've been doing it so long it doesn't bother me 5 cents. In fact, I'm glad to have that. I mean, it's been worse out of here on the RVing stuff. Beautiful weather. I spent the afternoon walking a couple of fields and a creek looking for sheds. No luck. The weather and walk were great. Yeah, it's always good to get out and just walk around. I enjoy it. And this used to be the winter campground for the Comanche Indians. And I don't know. Hey Google, how many Comanche Indians were there in the 1840s?
According to Wikipedia, Comanche in independent Texas, 1836 to 1845, the population of Native Americans in Texas, including the Comanche, was estimated at 14,000. Moreover, as the Anglo
Well,
population
as the Anglo population grew, they shrunk, and then smallpox killed most of them. But there was probably 4 or 5,000 or more Comanches that used to come here and winter right here at these springs here at Fort Clark Springs. And yeah, it's a lot of history here, man. And yeah, this was their winter home, and then they'd go north and when it started getting hot. Pretty smart, huh? Craig W. Hunt, not institutionalized. How about you're just happy? Yeah, that's fine. I agree with you. M. Prett, on the RVing stuff. Good old Rusty, you make me laugh. You made me laugh today. Thanks. The ants ferment the leaves and got to get drunk. Got to love your thinking. Never a dull moment. Keep on being you. But it's true. That's what they do. They just get higher than a kite down there underground. You can hear them laughing. You can hear them giggling. When you walk by there, they just drunker than shit. Yusuf Alabama says toe rings, anklets, tattoos. LOL, sounds like items targeted to a younger crowd, Rusty. I don't think there is much of a market for those items in the retirement community like Fort Clark Springs. Well, you never know. We could try it. You could try it, Yusuf. Sky Blue, on the RVing stuff. It takes a while to adjust to a base camp after traveling. The RV has been home familiar as much as you enjoy the area. I bet a few home projects will settle you right in. Well, I did a few home projects. Did a lot of them, actually, and moved in. And then moved out. Thomas Fenton, success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is often more important than the outcome. I agree. I agree. That's Arthur Ashe. No, just like RVing and traveling, the trip is the fun. The arrival is okay. Bob Stein or Steen, depending on which side of the Mississippi you're on. RV institutionalized. Why do we have to label everything these days? It's just what your preference is. Nothing wrong with that. Well, I just made that up. Now, if you want to use that as a bumper sticker, you can. Tracker of bad boys. Rusty, my expertise. The one thing on this earth I know is convicts coming from prison and getting to the free world legally. It takes 3 to 6 months to get used to being out of your cell. That's all. You can do it. But anyway, thank you, Tracker of bad boys. I'll read the rest of that later. Daniel Hablon. Hi, Rusty. I enjoy following along on your life's adventures and wish you many more. The picture quality of your videos have really improved. Keep up with your healthy lifestyle. Best regards, Daniel. And you know, I haven't done anything. I haven't done a thing. If they've improved, that's just the way it is. This is 2 hours after cataract surgery. Joyce Husung. Good luck. Glad to let us know what that surgery is like. Yeah, and this has been, let's see, tomorrow will be two full weeks. And so far, so good. I mean, I'm able to read without glasses. I'm reading these comments without glasses, and I don't have to expand them, to where they're that big. No, it's okay. I can read books and drive and all that stuff. Anyway, Rita Richardson. We'll do a few more. More whiskey. Rita Richardson, Rusty, you just have a case of the freedom bug. You're you and you rock. A house is just a prison of responsibilities, at least to me anyway. You get an A+ in my book. I remember a song about the wayward wind. Yeah, Cokie Robinson or somebody. Great song, reminds me of people like us. Yeah, it was. In fact, I have that on my playlist. I listen to it every now and then. Thank you, Rita. We'll do 3 more here and then we'll shut her down. We got to get rid of this one. Whenever they just leave a link, sometimes it's just a scam, so be careful clicking on links. Larry Tucker, I worked for a prison ministry for 10 plus years. A few longtime prisoners who were released would commit a parole violation to return. They preferred being inside to outside. The responsibility of both places, RV and house, is weighing on you. Well, it's not weighing on me. I mean, I'm going to keep it because, I have a full hookup here for my RV under a cover. That's worth the money I paid just for that. The house is just a bonus, I mean, I've got a home base here. Mark Bahek, you're right about being active, walking, etc. I used to work in a big orange box, and you'd walk 6 miles a day throughout your work day sometimes. Retired, moved to a beach town, moved close to the downtown area of it, so I'd force myself to walk to breakfast rather than drive to breakfast if I ever wanted to go to a restaurant. Now I go for walks 2 to 3 times a day, about 2 to 3 miles each. Good for you, Mark. You'll never regret that. This guy, Watchman, I'm going to have to get rid of him. Here you come, Matilda. Watchman A2343. Watchman, right here. Here you come, babe. A little, we'll just give you a little toast. No. Biscuit with gravy and a little piece of sausage this morning. You're getting a little beefy, babe. Thank you, Watchman. You're gone. Bruce Oldman, the saying that comes to my mind is, wherever you go, there you are. That's true. We take all of ourselves with us, no matter how we might yearn for things to be different. It's another reminder that peace comes from within. It doesn't matter if you're coming or going in an RV or not. We all have some Rusty in us. Well, you have dreams. That's all you got. And Sherry Hooker says, enjoy the rest of your weekend. You too, Sherry, and the rest of you guys too. But anyway, let me give you a goat kiss from the old stinking goat this morning. Right there. That's the alien one-eared goat. But anyway, guys, from Fort Clark Springs, Texas, on a cool morning, not cold. This is Rusty78609 saying, thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios. Carpe diem means seize the day in Latin. Adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because it doesn't cost you a penny. If you're going to buy something from Amazon anyway, use it. But anyway, what else? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk. Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll help you lose weight because you'll be full of water. And then take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. Is that good for you? Sure it is. Do it several times a day. And then stretch, swivel, walk, pedal, exercise your body once or twice a day, every single day. Why? Because you'll feel better immediately, and you may live longer, healthier because of that one thing. And then stand guard at the door of your mind. Do not let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your head. This is your head, your brain, your frontal lobes, your consciousness. All those little neurons in there are forming neural links, which is every single thought you have. Common sense says, add good ingredients. How about that? Don't watch the news. Don't watch the news. Why? Because it's all negative crap. That's why. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, enjoy your life one day or one moment at a time. At ease, carry on, adios, bye-bye, hasta luego, vaya con Dios. Aloha until the noon video, which will be a little history of Fort Clark Springs. Adios, guys. Carry on. Enjoy your Sunday.